Hi everybody, Karen Roby here with TechRepublic. We're talking AR today with Brandon Vigliarolo. And Brandon, you put together a cheat sheet for us here at TechRepublic on this technology. So just talk a little bit about it for us and businesses, how they're integrating AR into their projects and what's on tap for them. AR, we think we know what it's all about, but maybe not.
Yeah, so at its core, AR is basically just overlaying digital information on the real world. So you're going to need some sort of filter or lens to view it through, like a smartphone app, smartphone with a camera that can just capture live video and overlay information on it, or fancy hardware like the Microsoft HoloLens and other kinds of headsets, or even large displays that might have a transparent background. So basically, anytime you can overlay or augment reality with digital information, you're using an AR system.
And we think about it a lot, of course, from a individual standpoint or the retail end, but when it comes to businesses, there's so much that they are doing with AR. I mean, I guess that the possibilities really are endless. So talk a little bit about that, how they're using the technology and integrating AR in.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of use cases, and like you said, it's easy to think of the consumer use cases. Apps like Pokemon Go or the Harry Potter one that just came out recently. Those are very consumer focused, affordable, cheap uses of AR. Internally, businesses are doing a lot of amazing things with AR too. I mean, you've got, I think I think Amazon was testing some sort of augmented reality headset for their warehouses that would help warehouse workers and pickers get to things quicker by just showing them, right in their eyesight where they need to move to pick up the next item. Or, training can be a great AR tool. You can have, with the Microsoft HoloLens, you could have, a picture of an engine or something being broken apart in 3D to really show someone how it's assembled or how it comes apart. You can do, like real-time support with somebody who has augmented reality on. You have tech support that can draw things on the screen and point to things that need to be clicked. There's a lot of business uses: training, teaching, heads-up displays. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Anything you can think of where having some digital information in front of you would make your job easier is a use for AR in the business world.
And when you talk about some of the bigger companies, the obvious ones, a larger company on that scale, they have the funds they need to invest in these type of projects. But when it comes to the smaller businesses, is it something that they're going to have to stay away from because they just don't have the capital to invest?
Well, they're going to have to think differently than some of the larger organizations. Big businesses like hospitals or internationals can afford to get a bunch of Microsoft HoloLens, develop an app, and toss it out there to their employees for internal use. That's going to be a bit harder for smaller companies and startups. What they should really focus on is making consumer-centric apps through programs like Apple's AR Kit and Google's AR software. Those are going to make AR accessible to employees and customers, give them use cases like finding items in stores more easily, providing at-home experiences, or extending the stay in a retail store by providing some AR experience. Those are going to be the kind of things that small businesses should be looking at, as opposed to, going hard on internal, industrial or major commercial uses of the software.
And I think when we think about AR too, Brandon, first it seems so futuristic for so long, but it is here, and really companies, individuals are doing pretty amazing things with it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I mentioned before, the games that are out there are pretty impressive. Stores are using it to help people find items even within one physical location because of new GPS positioning software that Google has been able to develop to make things very pinpoint. It's impressive. The technology needed to make AR really a fundamental part of the way we interact with computers is here. And I think in the next few years, it's going to just keep getting bigger and more important for both retailers, commercial companies, and consumers.
No doubt. All right, Brandon, thank you so much for being with us here today. If you'd like to learn more on AR, make sure you check out Brandon's cheat sheet on TechRepublic.